Okay, Travis asks, uh, if a hobbyist comic book artist self-publishes a comic based on a novel that is in the public domain, is there a standard verbiage that should be used in the indicia to protect or assert ownership of the comic version of the story? Thanks for passing this along, Matt. Recording and publishing audio of beloved artists on the internet is a great thing to do. Thank you for the please holds. And Matt says, you're welcome. Wait, is this the Travis that still owes me money for the remastered form of voice? My wife keeps asking if I got paid yet. I'm running low on excuses. Where's my money? Isn't the same guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking now, because I'm not sure which Travis this is.
Okay. You're thinking Travis Pelkey?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll wait and see. My answer to the question would be, since that's not something that I would do, because I'm an open ownership kind of guy. Like, if you want to take my indicia, which says, if it's a raw material in another creative work, then you're welcome to use it. Then that's, that's not going to protect or assert your ownership as most people understand the terms protect or assert. But then I don't believe in protect or assert. It would be one of those things. I would look for other things like let's say Bill Sienkiewicz's Moby Dick adaptation, and see what the indicia looks like on that, because whatever the indicia was on that was high-priced legal talent going, okay, we can't say that we own Moby Dick, but we can say that we own Bill Sienkiewicz's version of it, or we have a stake in Bill Sienkiewicz's version of it. And, just see what that looks like. If you're still skittish, go to an intellectual property lawyer near you geographically and make an appointment and say, here's the whole backstory on this. Here's the possibly gray area that it enters into. What would you recommend as the phrasing on this? And how many billable hours do you think it's going to take you to arrive at that? And do you actually have to do it, or can you get an intern to do it? And are they going to charge me less? And thank you for my free coffee, which is never a free coffee at a lawyer.
Well, just looking at my copy of Moby Dick by Herman Melville, adapted by Will Eisner, all it says in this is copyright 1998 Will Eisner with the ISBN numbers, and then the Library of Congress cataloging and publication data, where it's Eisner, Will, Moby Dick / by Herman Melville, adapted by Will Eisner.
Huh.
Considering I know how thick Moby Dick is, and I know how thin this version of Moby Dick is, I would say that, it's probably all you gotta say is that it's copyright you, and it's an adaptation of somebody else.
It's maybe one of those things that if you're really concerned about it, Travis, and you really want a definitive answer, you could probably research it on your side at the comic store or online just by checking other adaptations. That's what Will chose to do. Who published that? Was that Kitchen Sink?
It's not Kitchen Sink. It's Natnir, Beal, and Minuschentin. NBM.
Okay. Oh, NBM. All right. Yeah, it's they would have looked into it, but they're over in the indie direction. They're really not in the DC and Marvel kind of direction, which is another question that you have to ask for yourself. Like how strict do I want to make this, and where's my particular loyalty? Check adaptations and what the indicia says in books that I consider this an honorable publishing company. How do they express it, or do they even express it?
I'm just trying to think. I know Marvel did a version of Classics Illustrated for a little while in the late 90s.
Yeah, that's something you could check. That's the best I can do in terms of a definitive answer. Since I'm not a lawyer and I'm not an intern, I'm not an assistant. It's the more groundwork you can do before you go to the lawyer, the less the lawyer is going to cost you. Although it's still going to cost you.
I mean.